This broad right here looks like every fucking bad decision I've ever made wrapped up into one, because she's just as fucking crazy as some other people I can point to in my past, and then also just being, you see what I see. I can appreciate this. I can also appreciate this level of fucking crazy. Ex-corrections officer accused of cutting hole in uniform for sex with inmate sentenced to jail. Gotta give her points for ingenuity. Former correctional officer in Fresno County received a sentence Tuesday for 2 years probation and 7 months behind bars for having sex with an inmate, Tina Gonzalez, 26 years old, who worked as a correctional officer from 2016 to 2019. Just think of the miles of felon dick that have run through her. Was arrested on May 1st last year after an investigation by the Sheriff's Office Vice Unit and the Department's Internal Affairs Division. Yeah, heavy emphasis on the affairs. The investigation began after officials received a tip about male inmate being given a cell phone and having sex with an officer. Like, if this bitch is this fucking worked up, like, what are her other fellow correction officers like? Are these just some fucking dumpy dudes? Like, nobody was gonna step up and hit that fucking ball off that tee there? Like, what are we doing here? Gonzalez pleaded no contest in April to 1 count of sexual activity by a detention facility employee with a consenting confined adult fucking a gangbanger. 1 count of possession of drugs and an alcoholic beverage in a jail facility. Oh my god. What, did she have to loosen up before she decided to do this? And a misdemeanor count of a possession of a cellular device with the intent to deliver to an inmate. Oh my god, it sounds like that story that we did a couple of months ago. Just what I can remember, there was a lawyer who was fucking some of her clients in jail as well, and then giving them cell phones and weed and all that kind of stuff in jail. A couple of times for years at a time. So I guess this is kind of one of those silent epidemics that's going on right now. I just found hilarious. In a Facebook post on Tuesday, which who the fuck cares what sort of degeneracies allowed on Facebook? I'm just more concerned with what they're trying to get rid of. On Tuesday, the Fresno County Sheriff's Office shared a photo of Gonzalez. And that one there. She did face up to 3 years and 8 months in prison, but avoided prison time despite criticism by her former boss, Assistant Sheriff Steve McComas. Gotta love the bias of that fucking prison system right there. What a two-tiered system. Get sentenced to 3 years. You don't have to serve any of it, sweetie. You just go out there and you get dick in the confines of your own house. You go get it, girl. According to McComas, Gonzalez also supplied the inmate with razors. Oh my fucking god. Okay. Now you're starting to look like a less sympathetic figure. That could be a potential weapon, and gave him inside information regarding when officers would inspect his cell. This love-struck bitch. She also allegedly cut a hole in her uniform to make sex easier with the inmate, and McComas also accused her of having sex in a jail with full view of 11 other inmates, so she is a goer. That is something only a depraved mind can come up with. This dude is just mad he didn't get to tag it first. Don't hate the player, hate the convict. Anyways, one more hilarious story. It's not so much hilarious as deeply troubling. Deeply troubling. I just wanted someone to love me in my old age. Pentagon Linguist, 62 years old, is jailed for 23 years for giving her Hezbollah-linked Lebanese man a list of U.S. spy names that she kept under her mattress after he promised to marry her when she retired. Are you fucking retarded? Yes. Yes is the long and short. A 62-year-old Pentagon linguist has been jailed for 23 years. That'll effectively kill the old bird. For giving her Hezbollah-linked Lebanese love interest the list of U.S. spies, keeping them under the mattress. Miriam Taha Thompson sobbed as she was sentenced on Wednesday in Washington's federal court. Yeah, if you would have flipped reverse at 62 years old, you might have got away with the fucking sob session. But yeah, them wrinkles, oof, it's a tough sell. Saying, I just wanted someone to love me in my old age. It's a sad story, but at the same time, you gave a fucking terrorist-linked motherfucker a name, or rather several names that could lead to the deaths of fucking government operatives, you tard. She had never met the man in person. Oh my god, but they were going to spend their lives together. Oh my god, what is her fucking Manti Te'o's fucking grandmother? Jesus, She is that lady out there. If you ever think that nobody's falling for those Somali prince scams anymore, she was the one who sent over $1,000 to bring back the fucking 10 million that would have been put directly into her account, my friend. Never met the man and was introduced to him only on social media by her Lebanese relatives on social media in 2019. The man, who is not named in the indictment, yeah, 'cause is probably not a real person or his real name anyways, asked her to marry him when she retired and moved to Lebanon. Why would you take such a stark demotion? I'd imagine Lebanon's probably less of a war zone than Metro DC. She agreed and started video chatting with him, convinced that they'd be a couple when she quit her job. Oh my god. Please check in with your elderly relatives. Don't allow them to do something this stupid. Instead, she was arrested in Iraq in February of 2020 after turning over the names of 8 U.S. spies and 10 U.S. targets to him in the wake of an airstrike that killed Iranian General Qasem Soleimani, who died like a dog. God damn it. At her sentencing hearing on Wednesday, this happened last week, Thompson, who was born in Lebanon but became a naturalized U.S. citizen, but yet I'd have to jump through so many fucking hoops and I wouldn't turn over anybody's names, please sponsor me, said she would have overcome by desperation for love in her old age. God, this news story should be linked in every fucking Tumblr feed and most, if not all, of left-wing Twitter. Listen, your cats aren't a good substitute, and all of your male feminist allies out there aren't going to help you out. Because today's soy boys become tomorrow's jihadists. Your Honor, I love this country, and I love our soldiers. I did not set out to hurt them or damage our national security. You might love the country, you might love the soldiers, but you put 18 people in a considerable amount of trouble. So yeah, you better rethink the latter half of your statement. I just wanted to have someone to love me in my old age. I'm not reading that again. Come on now. And because I was desperate for that love, I forgot who I was for a short period of time. No, that's the dementia that's sinking in. Judge ignored her tearful pleas and sentenced her to 23 years. She'll be 80 by the time she gets out if she's still alive. Oh, fucking brutal, dude. Nah, she'll probably end up serving like a couple of months because at the end of the day, come on now, it's a fucking justice system, my guys. There is no question in my mind the offense conduct to which the defendant admitted endangered U.S. military personnel and human assets work with the United States is accordingly posed a significant threat to national security. This was an actual risk situation, not a hypothetical situation, and therefore it is extremely serious, U.S. Judge John Bates said. Thompson was arrested by the FBI in February in Iraq, and she was speaking to an unnamed man and started asking her for classified information. According to the government, the Lebanese man, whose nephew was in the Lebanese Ministry of the Interior, told her that he wanted to marry her and bring her to Lebanon to live there. She'd agreed, saying she'd move when she retired. He also told her he had ties to Lebanese Hezbollah. He was very upset about the strikes according to the indictment against her and wanted to know which U.S. spies had been behind it. But I love my country and I wouldn't do anything to jeopardize that safety. You're retarded. She agreed. In January of 2020, started accessing classified files at work and writing it down on post-it notes to take home. She'd then recite it to her lover over the video chat and hold up the notes for him to take screenshots of. She kept one piece of paper under her mattress. She was arrested in February of 2020 and was taken to Washington, when she has remained there ever since. God bless. So there's an obvious link between these two stories, and even though this is the fucking Daily Mail and they do this all the time, they have all of these fucking degenerates just on the side here. And I got no better way of describing them than just that, because they're just a bunch of this sad people. Like, you got fucking Jennifer Lopez bouncing back and forth between partners like it's a fucking game of pinball. She's 51. Okay, she's been married, what, just about 2 digits? But now all of a sudden at 51, she's happier than ever. Sure, I'll fucking take that at face value. Work on yourself, don't buy into fucking modern lies, and eventually you'll either find yourself in a happy enough situation where you won't be catfished by some bearded gentleman some 20 or 30 years into the future, or you won't be taking strange gangster dick in the fucking pen. But if you play your cards right, and that could be either of your fucking futures, so hey, do whatever you want at the end of the day. With that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Catch you all later.